Woke and Ready TV, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Yo, I get chills when I talk about this, amongst my peers, amongst my friends, and people that was there, and people that knew the victims, you know what I'm saying? It was a sad day, and it was one of the saddest days in the history of Philadelphia. And I never forget it because it was on my mother's birthday. Rest in peace, Mom. The year was 2000. December 28th. I remember coming in the house around like 6 p.m. that day. Came in, was watching the news, and I seen that 7 people was killed in a house on Lexstreet, 46th Street. It's in West Philly. Now, I'm familiar with that block, but at the time when I seen this shit, I wasn't sure who the victims were, but I knew a lot of people in West Philly because I went to West Philly High, you know what I'm saying? It was like later on that day, I found out one of the victims was a friend of mine, you know what I mean? George Porter, aka Jig, you know what I mean? Jig, man, and I'm telling this story right now, you know what I mean? I'm just venting because I'm just venting to let y'all know who Jig was. You know what I mean? What he meant to people that knew him and like brothers like me. You know what I mean? Jig was a young man. You know, when I met Jig, my first year in West, he was probably like maybe a sophomore at the time, maybe in 10th grade, 11th grade. I think probably was like 11th grade. He had a little seniority in there. Like him and his little team ran that school. I never seen a young brother like Jig that was 16. And I remember that. Because when I first got to West, I was like 14. So I'm still trying to find my way. It's my first year in high school. And I remember seeing this brother, hat to the back, jewelry on, Coogee sweater. He stayed with like a Coogee sweater or iceberg, something fly. You know what I mean? That the average young boys that couldn't afford that unless you was slanging. So I knew he was doing something. He was getting money, but Jake always had this glow. And he always had a little entourage around him. He had people around him. You know what I mean? He loved flashing his money. He loved the girls. The girls loved him. You know what I'm saying? Jake carried himself like a grown man, like an adult. You know what I'm saying? And when I was young, around like 14 years old, that was like around the time I was just trying to find my way in the game. And I knew how to get close to those type of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because I first of all, I rap. I'm real. I'm the street dude. People fuck with me. Some reason Jig fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? He fucked with me. Every time he seen me, he embraced me as a little homie. You know what I mean? Somebody told him I rap. From there, I spit something for him. He would come in my classrooms, like cutting his classes, come in my classroom just to kick it with us, rap, him and his couple guys, and they leave. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what Jig was doing in the streets, you know what I'm saying? If I seen him outside of school, I remember seeing him down South Street one time. And, this was like around the time the Greek and all that shit was still popping. Broad Street and all that. So I'm out there with my team, my brothers and all them. And this was like, school was out around the time. This was summertime. Like I already met Jig though, like on like my first year of school. And he had a team out there around him. You know what I mean? At that time, we went, I go down South Street. I see him like, oh shit, that's Jig. Yo, he stopped everything he was doing. Yo, young dope. Shook my hand. So my brothers and them like, yo, who that? You know, boy? Like, yeah, that's my man. I go to school with him. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? It was just like Jig to me, man, he was what a lot of us young boys wanted to be. We wanted to be like Jig, you know what I'm saying? He had it. As a youngin', I never seen a young boy his age move the way he moved, like a grown man that had so many people behind him and following him. You know what I'm saying? So when the day that I found out, you know, he was killed, and that lexstreet shit fucked me up, man. Like, it was really, really sad. Like, the whole school was sad, you know what I mean? Wes was like, damn, like Jig, the most popular motherfucker in school. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Like, who could have did this? You know what I'm saying? It still fucked me up to this day. 7 people lost their lives. And you know what else is sad? You know, 4 brothers had to go to jail behind that shit that didn't even do it. They was innocent. They served 18 months. Of course, they cashed out. They sued the city and all that, but that shows you the city, you know, the district attorney, all them motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about us, man. They don't care. They were locked. They would make any arrest up. You know what I mean? Just arrest people and make anything up just so they don't have to do the work. And they feel like nobody will miss us and nobody will care about us. Those 4 brothers that was locked up, these brothers had alibis. People was coming forward saying that it wasn't them. Whatever. We made our arrest. It was like a 2-for-1 for them. They got, like, Jig and them was gone, and they felt like they got these dudes locked up. Case closed. They didn't care. They didn't even bother to listen until one brother that actually did it, you know what I'm saying, he confessed to the murders. And he, you know, implemented the 3 other dudes that really did it. So it was 4 dudes that was locked up that didn't do it. And 4 dudes that really did it, they ended up all getting locked up. So they had to let the first 4 go. And they end up suing the city, you know what I'm saying, as they should. And from what I was reading, I don't know what happened, like what was the cause behind this shit, but what I do know, I don't think nothing was worth, you know, going inside these brothers' place of business, work, whatever they want to call it, a crack house, whatever they want to call it. It wasn't nothing worth going in there and lining all of them up the way they did and executing them like that, one by one. I don't think it's too many things in the world that's worth that. And I know for sure, the knowing Jig, you know what I mean, my friend, the person that I knew it wasn't nothing that he could have done that was worth that. It was worth him being killed like that. Of course, a lot of people was jealous of him. You know what I mean? Like I said, these young boy, he was a young boy. 16, when I met him, he was 16, 15, 16, getting it. You know what I'm saying? Driving to school, nice shit on, every day, jewelry, money. And he rapped. He was nice. He was nice on a rap tip, but he didn't take rap serious. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing that he could have done that was worth that, man. And here we are, almost 23 years later. And I look at the world, I look at the way these streets are set up. I see these young brothers dying over nothing. And I try to talk to these young brothers, you know what I mean, like 17. They wasn't even born around the time this shit happened. Make me feel like an old head, like I'm old. I'm 39 years old. I'm still young. So what I try to tell these young guys, like, yo, bro, I seen it. I seen it all. I lived through a lot of shit. This is just one incident. It was big, but this is just one. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get it together, man. We out here killing each other for nothing. For nothing. It's nothing. It's, you know, like I said before, one of my old videos, like not too much older, probably like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Just lost a young boy, a homie that I watched grow up in a triple shooting, and it took me back to Lex Street. Like, damn, you dying in mass like that. Like, you know what I mean, 2, 3 of y'all, whatever. Like, it's crazy. People, we just killing each other for nothing. But back to that Lex Street shit, the guys that, the guy that confessed, he said it was over a car. Like, he traded Jig. One of them traded Jig for a car. You know what I mean? And it was a stick. Jig ain't know how to work the stick. He blew the clutch, came back like, yo, I want my car back. Like, the shit, they traded cars. You know what I mean? And, dude didn't want to get a car back or whatever, or Jig didn't want to pay for the clutch. Anyway, Jig supposedly had an extra set of keys, went back, took his car back. That's worth running up in a house, killing 7 people. The fucking car. And y'all motherfuckers still sitting in jail. Dickheads. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. This world we live in is fucking bananas, man. It's bananas. And this the shit, like, this what I'm saying, like, this the shit we gotta live with. Motherfuckers that I grew up with. Shout out to my brother Skinny Pop. He's from the hood. I'm not from Jig in them hood. He knows them better than I know. You know what I'm saying? I just went to school around there, and I knew him from school, so when I seen him in the streets, we knew each other. You know what I mean? But they from West Philly, I'm from Southwest. But people like us that have to live through this shit, constantly see shit, we lose homies all the time. You think we ain't suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome and shit like that? You know how many people I lost? How many my niggas I seen bleeding on the ground? You know what I mean? You think we ain't suffering? We don't, like, we not in a war? Like, these motherfuckers don't care about us. That's why we gotta stop this shit. These youngers out here, y'all killing each other. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Because when you make it to see my age, man, you're gonna look at life totally different. And I pray that y'all make it to see my age. But, I mean, I know I went off topic a little bit. I just wanted to take the time out and, vent about my friend, Jig, 46th Street. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to give him his love and let him know we gonna always love you. You meant a lot to, you know what I mean, to a lot of us. You meant a lot to a lot of us, man. You was a big motivation and inspiration for me, especially. Like, you know what I mean? At that young age, to see a brother getting money, you know what I mean, and just doing you, it's just sad that you had to lose your life like that. It wasn't worth it. But we can't question God. You know what I mean? Spoke, I'm ready TV, man. I don't really got much to say because I'm emotional now. I've been emotional through this whole video. I ain't got much to say, man. I just wanted to show love to Jig, man. And rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives in the Lex Street Massacre. Straight up, rest in peace, y'all. Spoke, I'm ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel.